cheesy. Who doesn't like cheesy? Who doesn't like comfort food? I will be making cheeseburger helper. No, it will not be cheeseburger helper from the box. Homemade cheeseburger helper from items that I had in my kitchen pantry or items that you can purchase from your local grocery store at little cost to you. So stay tuned for this rather lengthy cooking tutorial, and please be patient, guys. This cooking tutorial is rather lengthy. I will try to compress other future cooking tutorials into less than 5 minutes, but I hope you enjoy. The recipe will be linked below in my blog, so please check out other great recipes there also. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comment section below, and please subscribe to my channel. Enjoy this video. Thank you. Okay, I'm making something easy and cheesy, something that is cheap and something that's good for, no, I can't lie, it's nothing that's good for your family. You can either use turkey, maybe ground chicken. In this case, I'm using ground beef, and it does look really oily because it's just ground beef. It's not ground rounds, not ground chuck, it's just hamburger meat. So as you can see, I'm browning my meat. I have not seasoned my meat. I had my stove on really high temperature when I started, so that was my mistake. But browning my meat now, then I will season it, and I will drain my the fat off the meat. And what I'm making is not the box stuff, but cheeseburger helper. I wasn't a big fan. It was something that we were not raised on. When I say we, my family, my mom didn't make box meals, but it was something that me living on my own, being single, when you get off of work, just add some hamburger meat, you're good to go. But I found that it's kind of salty and it has a lot of ingredients that I can't pronounce. So I decided to make it my own spin and put some comfort in my weekend. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so now as you see, my meat is getting brown. I want all of my meat brown. Can't make anybody sick. No mad cow going around here. That wouldn't be pretty. I have my noodles boiling now. And when I think of hamburger helper, I think of comfort. It just goes hand in hand with a bad day, something fattening, something comforting. And like I stated, you can use something like ground turkey, ground chicken, any type of lean meat that will make it a little healthier. Because you do know cheeseburger helper does have tons of gooey cheese. Okay, it looks like my meat is just about brown. So now time to the seasoning part. Okay, now it's time to season. I'm going to season with a little garlic powder. And you're just going to season like you would season a hamburger, because this is cheeseburger helper. So a little garlic powder, a little black pepper, and I'm omitting onion powder because I'm using the beefy onion, which is the Lipton onion soup mix. So I'm using just, I guess, a little bit of it, since I don't have that much meat. But when I eat cheeseburger helper, I taste like this onion taste. So let me hear my meat. Okay, now, so I'm going to stir everything up together. And stick in the seasonings. Our skillet's getting hot again. So I just drained all my fat off. So I try to drain as much fat as I can off. So I'm just going to add just a little bit more of the onion soup mix. And it's going to take the place of my onion powder. And maybe if you could use also maybe minced onions. Or you could use chopped onions with your meat. It's just something I just didn't feel like doing. I want to make this just as simple as possible. Remember, this is the best of simple. So it's just something you can just whip up really quick with items that you have on hand. And I don't know why, but I always have onion soup on hand. I use it from everything from gravies to greens, pot roast. It's always on hand. Now, next I'm going to add brown gravy mix. So I'm going to add that. Followed by 1 cup of water. And it smells so yum yum. So it almost has that consistency. At least that gravy has almost like that consistency of the hamburger mix. And maybe like the beef stroganoff kind without the cheese. Now you're probably like, well, where's the cheese coming in at? Well, the cheese is coming. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to let that simmer just for a moment. And then I'm going to add my cheese and noodles, and we're done. So now I'm going to adjust my heat just a little bit. My gravy is thickened. So now I'm going to add a can of condensed cheddar cheese Campbell's soup. So I'm going to add that in there. And there's no need to add milk, because usually when you're using this product, you have to add, mix it with 1 can of milk. But you don't have to do that in this case. So I'm going to add the condensed soup. And just add everything together and just stir it in. And it looks nice and cheesy already. And I know all the junk food lovers are going to absolutely love this recipe. And it almost has that look of Hamburger Helper. And Hamburger Helper, well, Cheeseburger Helper. I mean, it's nothing fancy to look at, I'm not going to lie. But I mean, it doesn't, of course, it doesn't look like anything disgusting. But I mean, it has a look of and the consistency of Cheeseburger Helper. Now we're going to add the real cheese. And then we're going to add our noodles. And you are to add 1 cup of mountain cheddar cheese. And this is about a cup, or maybe a little more than a cup of cheddar cheese. I'm going to add that in and make sure the cheese melts. And it does smell amazing. The onions and the beef. And it's really cheesy, y'all. real cheesy. And I feel kind of like at this point I need to add my my noodles. So I'm going to add my noodles to see if I need to add any more cheese to this mixture. Now, I use large elbow macaroni. Unfortunately, the K. Roger I went to didn't have their elbow macaroni in their size, and this is budget friendly. Okay, I've added in my noodles, and we're pretty much done. Everything is pretty much in here now, so let's look at the final product. Doesn't that look yum?